So what's up? What's up, everybody? It's me, True Star Screamer, and it's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's totally not last week, guys. I'm sorry. That was on me. I was exhausted from work, and it's just like I did not get home from work until like 8:15, and yeah, that was on me. So I apologize. But with me, though, are the two of the most tolerant people in the fandom right now, T-Man978 and Mike, the
Hi.
Shotgun Crafts and Builds. Hold on. Mike, are you there?
Hi.
Mike, are
Hi.
you there?
No. Hi.
And that concludes our mic check. Sorry. That was bad.
There. Now all is right in the world.
Hi, Venom Bite.
Say we got some some of our regulars here, which is always good to see. Toy Mafia, always giving credit in remembrance to those who are no longer with us. Professor Soundwave, always good to see you. Aquatechy, yes, cue the cue. Listen, if I could run that music and not get a copyright strike, I would totally do that. And we salute to you, sir. Hail to the Titan, the man who's in every goddamn chat room I'm in. We got that guy who I guess we look at him. And then, of course, the man who, with my favorite avatars, Venom Bite. I'm sorry. That's just because Hal Jordan does not get into our room. And if you know, you know. So, but it is good to see you all here. Gentlemen, it is good to see you. How have you been? I know I'm not saying I need to see 2 weeks worth of stuff, but if you got any cool stuff, I always like to say, if you could please just
show me what you got. I want to see what you got.
It's hard to get to the buttons.
I got
things on Wednesdays. I'm actually program this Stream Deck.
Said I got 2 weeks of stuff. I think.
Well, you can show us as much as you're comfortable showing us.
I don't think I feel like I showed in the group chats, I believe, but I don't think I showed this here. That I got these Saint Seiya blockies, and I reviewed Scorpio Milo. I think that's the name.
It does look good.
And got this one, Aries Moon. Yeah, they look good. Nice and shiny. Look at that. Yeah. At Walmart, also blockies, I picked up this thing because it was $10, and one day I'm gonna get bored and make it. And we got this guy who's wondering where the I forgot the phrase. Damn it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The part where it's your problem, where it's his problem. But I also got this chick. She is nice. All this stuff that I need to be freaking reviewing. He's great, and he's gonna feed that to you. Here, come closer. Come closer to the screen. Part of this dinner at this point. Yesterday I got 2 of these, whether I wanted them or not. Amazon was gonna take my money, and they look lovely. I love the bright red and being able to see their arms. It's super retro nostalgic. And I got this thing. Once I found out Shozi sells them cheaper, but you just gotta wait, I'm like, I'll go ahead and wait because this was not worth over $200, and I'm happy I did not pay over $200.
I'm
and
happy
the final
too.
thing I'm gonna show is I got the last guide. I needed to put this guy together, and now he's gonna protect everybody.
Are you happy with that investment? Does it feel?
I like it. Yes, I like all of these. I like them individually. It's cool to finally. This is my first full masterpiece scale combiner ever, and it has some cool stuff to it. I guess if I keep buying these things late, I'll finally have this guy. Only problem is once I get this thing, he's gonna be humongous compared to this guy, who is the same height as Combiner Wars Devastator. Actually, he's like an inch shorter almost. But yeah, the individual robots is cool, and it was a cool experience putting them together and whatnot. So
Very cool.
I'm good. And that's gonna be my last thing I'm gonna show. And I'm gonna remember
Okay.
something while you guys are talking.
And Mike, you got some cool things to show for us to show off?
Oh, sorry. I was transitioning from T. Hi. Howdy. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We've missed you.
Stuff. Well, we get 2 weeks of stuff. Oh, there's a lot of
You don't have
stuff
to
that
go
I
through all
don't have
2 weeks
here.
if you don't want to. I'm just saying.
I'm good because half of it is downstairs. Let's see.
And
I
whatever you can
got
reach.
let me see. What?
Whatever you can reach.
Now it's getting serious. Okay, because I can see easier. Got more of these in the mail because they're downstairs. I got a few of these guys, which are downstairs. And
Jealous.
spoiler alert, they're going to be with these guys. So, um, that was my tact factor for motivation. This came in today, so now I'm 100% complete on my collection at this point. So he's really neat. Just kind of cracked him open tonight. Um,
You have Blanca and Sagat.
yes. In fact, one of the
Guess
dynamic
what?
duo.
They have not appeared in North Carolina.
Nope. That one, Blanca was found at ToyCon, and Sagat was found. Look, excuse me, sitting around in flex. As you can tell, I'm firing on all cylinders today, folks. Woo. Uh, Unboxing art. I found this guy for the holothon stuff, and I thought he looked really cute. So this is the Shredder as Dracula figure. He looks gorgeous, and he's nice and big and chunky. For fodder, found this guy yesterday. So Alfred for his schmuck and tools and stuff, but also because the Jeremy Irons head isn't too bad, even though the body is basically Joker repainted. So no, it's Jeremy Irons, so why not? The biggest things that have come in is I've received pretty much all the figures I want from. I'm sorry, I'm even in focus today, dude. From D13 Toys and his production run of Biblical Adventures. Yes, I have Sagat. I have him. He's hidden downstairs. I might get him later on. Not angry. At least I don't think I am. I'll take a Snickers though. But anyway, D13 Toys, Biblical Adventures, right? So I got most, like I said, most of the figures I want. Kind of an example, I have two pulled out here. This is his Duality Lucifer figure. And he is 100% painted and double jointed, pinless joints, tons of really awesome accessories, and the deco on him is like stupendous. And it's really cool that there's a variety of figures, but they all use the same main buck. This is all from the Kickstarter. Um, and then this is the other deluxe figure I got. This was part of the crucifixion of Jesus.
Jesus.
Again, the
Jesus.
Jesus. All sorts of different parts, including the last thing I got from BBTS this week was the Tabernacle set of pieces, which are huge. So, but lots of really neat things. And shout out to Shadow Moses 112 for hooking me up because my large scale printer has been on the fritz. He printed me something for a project I've been working on. So I want to shout out to that group. And I'll be on their podcast, I think the 22nd of June, just talking 3D printing and pop culture, all sorts of stuff. But yes, Benabite, we got the Ark. We have a big 7-tree menorah. We have a table that has bread, incense, and I forget something else, but these are all symbols of the ancient tabernacle.
Is there
I think
any
that's most
broken bread?
no, it's not all broken. It's just in the round discs. So, but
I was watching a video of a guy online. He got the D12 Jesus. It wasn't his thing, so he said he repackaged it and put it away. And then 3 days later, he found it, and the box was empty. Listen, you know how hard
Right,
it is
Dave.
for a
What do
Jew
you-
to make a
what do you-
Christian joke?
It's the cross you got to bear, man. Anyway, what do you have?
Oh God, I'm gonna burn for that one. I know it. I got stuff. I did get some stuff. And again, guys, fingers crossed for my internet going through here. But
Yeah,
much like
you went a little fuzzy there for a second.
no, that's just my beard. But much like T, I also got 2 Vipers. So I got those guys. I do like the fact that they're pinless because I think the previous ones were pinned. So there's definitely some improvements on this buck. And you'd think the
You're
fact
right.
that I own like
I said, you're right.
Yeah.
At least the arms are the legs?
And then I
know.
did get finally it's funny because I put 2 orders in with Store Horseman and they shipped me my second order first, and then they put the first one is finally got shipped yesterday. But I did
At least
get
you got yours.
That's true.
I haven't gotten
So I
mine
got
yet.
my barbarian parts right here. I got myself another Romulus. That's actually my first mythic, and this is a really good buck. It's like really, really good. Michael liked this one. I got God, how to pronounce his name? I couldn't even. The Yellow Demon dude.
So start with the Z, it's Zazar. If it's an A, it's Azar.
Azar. I got Azar.
Okay.
And then I was able to get one of the, so they weren't doing the actual like builder things for the mystery boxes. They just send you 3 random knights.
We got the armory stuff.
So I got a purple knight.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. I also got an emerald one, which I'm really happy for. I guess that's the evil knight. And I also got I actually had one of these, but I got a red one as well. So this is some good.
Cool.
These are going to be some good fodder parts to mess with.
And that red one, I love the shade of red they used for that one.
Well, I also ordered the other red one as well that should be coming in the other box. And then of course, since I now have a problem, I got Prime.
I got the metallic painted one.
I know, but these are
They're
just
fun.
so much damn fun. And I built this one in the store in front of the guy. He's like, how quickly can you build one? I'm like, well, turn around. He came back and I had it done in less than 8 minutes. It was great. And then if you're actually subscribed to my channel, which is of course at True Star Screamer, you would have seen that this video went live for this guy. and this is a very this is not figure is not perfect, but this is a very, very, very good figure, and I do
So is he a
recommend.
demon or a dragon or what?
Yes, all really depends on your interpretation. It's a very open figure because yes, it's like a you could call it a dragonborn if you're into Dungeons and Dragons. It could be a demon-like creature because he does have he does have his lava blade and such. Um, I love the soft goods on this. It's funny because they actually had a deluxe version, but the deluxe version doesn't have the soft goods, and I think these really make the figure. So, and I do like he comes with a stand. If you do get this guy, please be careful. I actually had the scales, and you'll see it in my review. The scales actually started to pop off a little on his tail, and so I had to super glue those down. But it is, you could call it a dragon, you could call it an imp, whatever. It is just a very neat warrior figure, and it's going to look great in my display shelf, and it photographs really well. So this absolutely is a figure of the year contender. It's This is made by Roman Key, the same guys who made the Gun Girl figure.
Every time I saw that, I was thinking it was what are the people that are making the lizard people?
I do take a picture of
Savage
him with the
Crucible?
Savage Crucible.
Yes,
It is
them.
very. He actually, they actually do pull one thing that's very similar to Savage Crucible, which is their butterfly joints, because they do the internal butterfly joint. So
Yeah, he would definitely be something getting beat up by my Dante.
well, how many Dante figures do you have?
Just one, him and Nero. So
Yeah, I'm still jealous of that Nero. I have the Dante. I do have that Dante. So
Nero, I got lucky on that. It was kind of cheap on Amazon, and they sent me a broke one, and then I returned it, and they sent me another one. I was so lucky they had another one.
that's awesome. That is awesome. But that's all our toys. I hope you guys got yourself some good toys, some good figures, some good plastic to have. Now that stuff is shipping. Mariano, it is good to see you, but I really don't think there is any Transformer news this week. Honestly.
Only news I saw was Studio Series 86 and Megatron's arms.
Yeah, so
Like
I'm going to say this right
sitting in
now.
a chair like Dr. Claw.
So we'll get more of that when that comes through. So we are going to talk about the big reveals. Yes, that is our cover story. And because that one is so involved, that one is probably going to be our last thing we talk about. I'm just going to let you guys know right now. But I am going to start things off still with a little bit of Hasbro because of what Venom Bite mentioned earlier. No, I did not ignore you. I just wanted to segue with you. That did not sound right now that I think about it. So, where? And that is with this guy right here. Now they're supposed to be having more renders coming out, supposedly later this month, for Wetsuit Flash, which is I think the final of the original 13, and the Cobra Night Viper. But this we have Budo, which kind of got me thinking a little. Mike, do you remember
Yes.
way back when? Do you remember way back when
Is this an old joke?
Senshi?
Yeah. Go ahead. When
Remember when
Senshi
Senshi was
came
first
out?
shown? Was first, yeah. He was first shown. He was shown as Buddha, and then Bobby had to change the name.
I can't remember if he said he had to change the name or he just decided to change the name, but either way, the name was changed. You're right.
Right,
But this
it just had me thinking that maybe because it was just way too close to Budo, that he might have been flying.
Is this
Might
an
thought he was
old
flying too
character?
close to the sun.
is this an old character? This is like a late 80s, like 1990 figure wave. So
Yeah.
when Turtles
Like, I
started
could
coming out
totally
and
see the
everything
fact
started
that
going ninja.
I could totally see the and I could totally see the I mean, you're looking at this, there are definitely some similarities between Senshi and this.
I was definitely
It's
thinking it.
go ahead.
No, I was saying when I saw this, I was definitely thinking about him. It's like the
Yeah,
same
I mean
concept.
I mean Uno, I mean this is definitely a modernization of him. I mean the extra add-on swappable armor that everyone's going to be doing now. Um, it definitely swings back. I don't know. Maybe it's the IDW or something where this alternate head with the mustache and stuff comes in. I'm not sure of his whole history, but I mean,
It's not a character
it's
I'm
still
familiar with. I'm gonna say that right now. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, this was when we're starting to get more like Ninja. He's not Ninja Force. No one misunderstand what I said, so you don't send the mall cops after me.
but if you
Yeah,
do, please leave them as
it's
comments in our and then give us a like because we need the interaction.
yes. I mean, it's cool. I mean, he didn't carry the sidearm and rifle, but in the bamboo, I can't remember. I don't know if that's a bamboo skirt or if that's an over, not a cape, but you get what I'm saying, like something that goes over the shoulders. The
Yeah,
neck
well,
gorget. I mean, it's a lot of different cool things that you can mix and match. He looks very customizable. So
I'm gonna say this part. The hell was that?
go back. It was just background from you
Oh,
talking. It's good.
this part right here has me worried because I know this is hard plastic and I know that's gonna restrict movement. Plain and simple.
Mm, it's possible. I mean, I mean, if they're smart and the way it's cut, if they make sense, that it's going to be segmented, it's going to be the softer PVC, kind of what you hope for the upper part of the shoulders should be soft PVC for that. Um, for both, actually, both of the shoulder armor, which will that it won't hinder articulation, and it looks like it's smart that it's tied to the armor, so you're not going to have it glued to the shoulder or bicep area. So you're going to have that total freedom. And again, since it looks like it's going to be swappable, removable, really customizable. So that's going to be a
That's
cool little, probably for like $43, maybe.
I don't know
I
if they're
mean,
gonna hope. No, hope. I don't know if that's gonna be their up price, but this should be just a deluxe, like the $35 price. Like, because this seems like an evolution or a continuation of their the retro '60s style GI Joe, where they were completely modular and whatnot.
I mean, we what's if it's what $40 for the now. Um, it's not the 60th anniversary now, but it's like the legacy, like the firefighter and all that stuff. Weren't they like $40? So I mean, if that stays the
I
same
don't
price wise,
remember.
that's good. Because this seems to have about the same amount of accessories as one of those legacy deluxe figures. Agree, lots of parts. Well, if you're talking just the swords and maybe the shin armor, I had to go back and look at what Slice and Dice looks like. Um, but I mean, again, this is a cool reveal, and it's one of the ways you're going to keep people coming back because you're 170 figures in now, and yeah, we still have a lot of Joes and stuff in there, but you're going to start phasing out of the golden years of Joes and getting into late 90s or early 90s and such. Um,
I mean, there's
so
a lot of cool things. Like I love this alternate face sculpt right here. I'm hoping I can
mhm.
put that onto other figures. That would look, dude, that would
you're
be
if it's gonna
perfect for a custom like comic accurate Mandarin, for example.
I mean, if you're going to use a Joe Buck, because again, they've made
Oh,
their
I know,
universal
different neck
ball
pegs.
peg small. So
Yeah, but I'm just
But,
saying, you
Now,
got
yeah, I
that.
mean,
that
as far as the
what's that, T?
old characters, we are still getting retro card stuff, so there's still a chance.
I mean, yeah, we're definitely that's the other way they're gonna maintain the line is we continue with the repaints, which I totally forgot I got Retro Roadblock downstairs, and I also forgot I got Felicia Hardy. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, Yojo June. When's the live stream again? Is it up on the top of the news article there?
June 4th.
June 4th. Okay, so beginning of June, folks, is gonna be very busy for your wallets and for your attention. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Nintendo
cool.
Switch 2 comes out, and nobody's gonna have it.
Yeah.
Well, Wetsuits, Flash, and Cobra Night Viper. Which of them?
Super.
I mean, I'm not too much on what for the scuba divers myself, so Wetsuit I'll probably be passing on. But Night Viper, I'm a troop builder, and
Now,
Flash
for
is
me,
just I got.
wetsuit, I'm all over wetsuit just because of the colors. Now, as long as they don't use the same torpedo body, because wetsuit technically is a bigger seal than torpedo. So, we'll see how well that works.
Boy,
I mean, okay, so Professor Soundwave was trying to call me out on cutting into the Transformer segments. It's like, again, there's not really much to talk about. I'm going to say that right now. But we do have some in-hand images of I think we've talked about this one a little bit with Matt a couple weeks ago. But the Hearts of Steel figures, they do have some in-hand pictures of them. And it's kind of interesting they were using Nightbeat as a size comparison, which again, Starscream looks okay, but I think I said this
Hey,
before. I think this line is about 14 years too late, personally.
I would
'Cause I
pick
don't.
yeah,
up Starscream if he was by himself, but
Oh, so would I. But interesting use of the fallen pieces right there.
mhm.
that Optimus, yeah, he's so tiny. I've seen pictures of him beside like Voyager class Optimus and whatnot. That
I mean,
little
look
thing
at
right
this.
there.
Look at this. You can actually fit that on there. That picture is not doing that any justice right there.
At
Yeah,
least
it's
they're the same height. Wait, which Optimus was that? It was that?
That
That must have been
was
'86.
that's what I was
yeah, it
gonna
was
say. Is
86.
that the 86?
No, that's Earthrise mold. Yikes! Earthrise mold is not
Yeah,
as
but you
tall as '86.
go back one, Dave.
Yeah, that one's
That one.
'86.
Yeah. So he's
She
tiny, man.
So
Well, it's a different continuity, a different world, so maybe they're that size in that universe.
kind of moving things a little backwards on here. Want to pull up some stuff. 5K put some new pre-orders out because this show has been because this channel this stuff just steals my wallet. But T, I know you collect some of the blank bodies. Like I know you've been carrying you got the crazy that blank body for the female body.
Yeah,
Well, this
this
is
is one
actually
I looked at.
Roman Key. This is also done by Roman Key, the same people who made my Algar figure and the Gun Girl. This is their blank bodies, and I've seen a lot of people use these for customs, like getting 1/12 clothing and stuff. And these are like their big guy figures. So you've got a blank face, you've got different hands, all of it just ready to be painted. Here they've got almost like a old Asian kung fu master. Then we've got their tan skin one with no distinct face on there, very similar to the original one. But these things are insanely articulated.
If they could just paint the freaking faces.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of these times they put these blank bodies out, and then later they use these bodies for figures.
Yeah.
So,
but I wish
cool
if
thing
if they made a version where the face was painted for maybe $5 more or something, I would be more into buying it.
well,
You just need to get
like
paint markers, T.
I don't know how to paint eyes.
I mean, you look at
It's a
this,
line with a
like
dot.
that face there. It's almost like a Venom-esque face.
Yeah.
But again, the thing is, these like almost like sneak previews because these blank bodies will be used as figures. So you could be getting something like, if they keep the cyberpunk line going on, a version of the big guy who was called Adam Bob, or just some generic large warrior. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. It is pretty nifty. The other one, now I actually have this, where they actually had this paired with a figure from Fog Toys, but this is a really neat, almost like the futuristic jet or a little futuristic air bike. I actually can recommend it. It comes on a really good stand as well. I'll have a wire base to it. So
look at me, cockroach.
it's just a cool. Honestly, it's a very cool piece. Like I said, I've got one of these with the actual figure that it came with. Fish toys. If you need a horse, they actually have horse armor. So this will look very cool for a Mythic Legends figure.
Mm-hmm.
And this does have pinless legs.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Princeton?
And it has a pistol
this-
that I couldn't see.
Medi toys, man.
And check,
They're bangers.
this is done by Metsy Toys. So they've been doing a lot of the World of Warcraft stuff, and this is very, very Warcraft-esque.
Oh, it's definitely World of Warcraft. So they've shown this bear for a while with their orc. We're just now
So
finally
that's got a
getting them.
$35 down payment. So the whole thing is $145. But
And it has an LED feature.
Yep.
Or is that just the stand is an LED feature?
Do you just get the bear?
Mm-hmm. The bear and the armor and looks like a stand.
Yeah, well, you get the bear and then you have the armor. There's no, I don't see a stand on here.
Yeah, maybe it's, who knows?
No, there's not a stand on it. This thing is its own stand. This is the map. I mean, this is, if you've ever seen their orcs or so this is not little. This is going to be a very, very large piece of plastic. What is up, Abby? Good to see you. Yes, one finger push-ups are very cool that it can pull that off. And yes, it is almost Friday, guys.
You're gonna need your Dremel, Mike.
It's a common thing now. So
it is like no dip in the back.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, this is a brand new ball joint on this guy. It used to have a normal ball joint. That's tiny.
Yeah, I'd have to see if Rock and Roll is the same one. So, but are you going to get the bear then, Dave?
I am not. I just do not have the display room for the bear, and I do not have any of their World of Warcraft stuff.
He
I know,
barely has room.
Yeah.
And speaking of the World of Warcraft, they're also they're doing the Demon Hunter deluxe edition. This does look pretty badass, though. I know NECA
Yeah.
made a version of this character, I think, and it's just basically a dark elf sorcerer, which is pretty damn badass.
Hmm.
I
Dude,
am
that's full
lucky.
price of him.
Yeah, full price is
$20 down payment.
$118 plus shipping.
Ah,
Well, have you
118.
handled a Memory Toys figure, T?
I don't think so.
Dude, the
No.
joints on those are amazing. The plastic quality is easily 10 out of 10. So, I mean, again, look at all that you're getting here. You got the two flaming crossbows. You know, the armor is removable usually on these guys, plus the wings. I will say, because I've got a couple of their stuff, I think it is still $118 worth of stuff.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, their figures are pretty good.
I was looking at him. I was like, he might have to replace the green knight that I'm not getting with the dragon.
Well,
Green Knight, you're not getting with the dragon from.
he's not getting Baratheon. That's what he's saying. And
Oh, okay.
Sir Benegar.
Gotcha.
I just need to get him a sword.
Well, he's got these guys right here. He's got the dual Eldritch flame things right here. So he's got dual swords. Dual swords. Last thing for the import stuff. I don't know if you guys remember a while ago. I know Matt had showed these off. This is a company called Sexy Ice, and they do almost kind of like a non Reveltech. And they've got this bio armor behemoth. They have these characters called the Vermin, which they did like a 3 squad, and I guess this is just kind of like a Guyver Resident Evil monstrosity.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Where's Leon?
I love the fact this thing has battle damage, though, and the articulation is insane on this, especially for something of its size. I know Sexy Ice also did like this Mantis figure that came out last year. I've seen a lot of good reviews for that. So again, this is just if you're in the whole import independent toy scene.
Yeah.
But we all know that's not what you're here
Out of
for.
my wheelhouse. What are they here for, Dave?
Because Hasbro's gonna take us for a ride.
Did it. And hopefully that won't be how we feel when they show the prices.
So Dwight and Dan were on, which means 3POA will be very interesting on Saturday.
Hey, he bought a brand new shirt for this. All right, so shout out to
listen,
Dwight.
I've got no issues. I've got no issues with these people at all. I just want to say for the record. So these guys are doing their job. Their job is to be hype people. So let them build that hype.
Yeah.
First, we got the figures coming out for the new Fantastic Four movie. I love this packaging. 110%. I love the packaging. That whole retro 60s style.
Did you notice what I didn't know until watching the stream again? Is they have the retro Hasbro logo down in the bottom. The little guy.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, they even pointed that out in the stream.
So they also got a lot of neat things, like for the Invisible Woman, like she's got a little icon right here, for her hand on the upper corner. This effect was used with I think the Walgreens Invisible Woman.
Right, that was the retro.
I thought this was new because it has like bullet deflection molded in now.
They might have sculpted that in, but it's the same. It's the same part they used before.
Yeah.
So it's just they changed the inner part too, where like they had the clip. Now they just had the peg because it'll go into her hand.
Well, the previous one I think just was frictioned into her hand. So that if it actually has a peg, that's good.
Oh yeah. Well, don't quote me on the pattern.
And then they
I
are
forgot the
pinless,
Hmm.
which of course is great. And the texturing on these suits look really good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that the flamed on Human Torch has the
We'll get
stripes
to
he's had in the
that.
comic.
We'll get to that.
The face, yeah, I mean, it's
It'll look
close,
better
I
in
guess, to
person,
Kirby.
Mike.
I guess you're not going to get the neck articulation, but I mean that's why they're using that diaphragm joint. They should have gave her translucent hands for alternate hands, or they could have used one of those Jean Grey psychic things and just made that clear plastic.
Or just do like they did with Human Torch and just release a translucent one.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't do that. Honestly, I'm surprised.
I am. I
Um,
did. It took me, I don't know how many years before I found out that the Fantastic Four 2, that there were 3 different Invisible Women. I knew there were
yeah,
2 because I had the fully transparent and the fully colored version. I didn't know there was an in between for years.
yeah.
Hmm.
Titan, I don't think these are gonna hit Ollies, dude. I think the MOQ days are going to be very, very small now.
Yeah.
So
Very little. I think I do not feel exactly that. There's gonna be a lot lower production runs in general.
Yes.
yeah,
So
but
Like
so here is
everybody
our
those people probably missed the reports that they overproduced in 2022 by a lot with
and just
every
because
line, and that's why Fortnite figures was murdered in every other line.
that's the past. Now we move to Mr. Johnny Storm, and oh my God, that face!
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate.
It has the Peter Parker maximum Deadeye look,
yes.
but
I yeah. I mean,
that's
Yeah,
a good
again,
picture
Bandai
though.
did a good
That's a good
job.
use.
Bandai got his likeness better on that Stranger Things figure.
Mm,
that's funny.
so
The fire effects are we've seen those before.
yep.
A lot of times. Usually uses magic effects, but good use for it. But then we also have the flamed on version, and I think that translates a lot better, to be honest.
If it came
Yeah,
with a stand. If it
I'm
came with a stand.
happy. The
That would have
funny
been
thing is
awesome.
they show that stand right there in the video.
That's what I'm talking about. You're gonna show stuff like that, and it makes sense. Make him a little bit bigger and give him a flight stand or something, or I don't know, half of something,
You're not wrong. Again,
anything.
Storm Collectibles is giving us figures with stands, and they're still keeping that under the around the $30 price point.
Jada gives you a bunch of stuff for $25. Don't tell me they
Wait,
can't throw something in there.
Todd gave us that. Todd gave us those flight stands. I mean, they weren't the greatest, but they still worked.
Yeah.
Sometimes with God though, you just get the stand and nothing else in the box. Like
Well, I
that
mean,
Deku, My Hero Deku figure. I was like, he was better than the first one, but it was all he had was the stand. No extra
yeah.
hands, nothing else.
Yeah, and one of these fists are going to go into the accessory bin and sit in there. I mean, I don't know. The least they gave you both options of Johnny, because if they just did the one where there was just this one or the other one, it would have been a crime for the wave.
Yeah, they
So,
mentioned that we wouldn't. We should be happy, but we're not gonna.
oh well, yeah, that was
I
a little.
think maybe they might, depending on how good this is or how good this does, they might do a deluxe that comes with a stand like the Phoenix, like a lifting up
Yeah.
flame effect that you can
Well,
sit
they
them
did
in.
that with Frank, with Nova with the Galactus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, but I get
Yeah, but at
this.
least he could pull off a flying pose. That's one thing that's good. And that's a good pose right there.
Then we've got the Silver Surfer, which is Shala Bal, who was in the comics. That was Norrin Rad, aka the male Silver Surfer's wife. Because this is in an alternate reality, guys. I'm just gonna say that right now. This is not the normal universe. The Fantastic Four is not even in the mainstream Marvel MCU. So just keep that in.
Right.
Agreed. Now,
That
she
being
looks very
said,
pretty.
yeah.
Go ahead,
That
Dave.
being said, it's still basically the Shriek body without anything.
If she is 100% painted like Rom, that will be a plus. That would be a plus because you're not getting much out of this.
I don't
I
know if
will.
she's 100% painted, but I like them being able to get that pose right there.
Yeah,
You're
but you
not
can get
wrong.
that with most. Well, never mind. I won't say it because you are getting the double joints that you haven't been getting in a lot of the older female body. So they swap the arms out. That's good.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
the
I
double
won't be
joints there.
happy with females until they give all of them boot swivel and every one of them gets like the inverted ab crunch.
I will say the photographer did a great job with this. I mean, I think
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
making the figure look a lot
what's his,
better than it is. That's a great shot right there.
yeah, like what's his Insta handle? It's like shooting the galaxy or something. That's the
Yep.
official one.
Yeah,
I mean,
the next set of pictures we're gonna get, like raised. They need to give him a raise.
I mean, okay. You look at this. You look at this picture right here. Again,
Mhm.
I'm talking about this picture right here. And then this is what we see.
yeah, I mean, well, I mean,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, Dwight had to do that right before they started filming, probably.
But I'm just she gets a flight
it's
stand though, which is cool, but
yeah,
I'm just like
it's
if
the
I
weakest
all I
one.
saw were those promo pictures, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I love the Silver Surfer." But then I look at this, it's I've got a
It's
feeling she is
underwhelming.
going to be the show former, and she'll make a great fodder piece for a custom piece because it's, an unpainted body,
Mhm.
and people will probably just give this surfboard to the regular Silver Surfer figure.
Mhm.
Uh, thing looks
So,
pretty cool. I
mhm.
don't think I can say anything bad about this figure, to be honest.
He should have come with an alternate head, a yelling head, or some sort of emotive feature to that face, because that's screaming for a screaming face. It's a good looking figure. Don't get me wrong. It's for what's been shown of and this one is like the coolest one because it's all pretty much new tooling, um, non-maximum trademark. But yeah, I mean, this one looks. I'm excited for the thing. He looks really good, even with the single jointed arms. For but it's also a larger muscle bound figure, but it could get
Oh yeah,
slightly
no,
over 90 degrees.
this is of the Fantastic Four. This one is my favorite.
Now they went back, refresh me, older collectors. Can you go back to his hips for a second? Go back 2 pictures. Are we going backwards in hip and leg engineering for this guy? I mean, look
What
at
you
the.
mean?
Am I losing it, or is it just the way that the mold is for that?
I
I
think
know
it's
it's getting
because his
all.
legs are thick.
Uh, yeah,
But
and
one thing
again,
is
because of.
cool, even though he has this pin swivel in the elbow, they still gave him bicep swivels.
Mhm, that is a
Yeah,
plus.
he's got bicep swivel, he's got thigh swivel, and it's all pinless. So that's
I can't tell if he
I
has
almost
Yeah,
wonder
boot
if it,
swivel.
true, and
uh
that's something we didn't say about the other ones either. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm betting they don't. I don't know why they make these new molds, and sometimes the boots will be separate from the the leg, and they still don't give him swivel on purpose.
I'm trying to see if Johnny's got boot swivel. Actually, I'm going back to Johnny real quick.
Yeah, we won't
He
be able to tell.
He might.
If they
but
do, they did it really smartly on them and hit it inside with the costume with the color change. But I think Ben may have, if he has anything, it's going to be there at the ankle. Just a
at
Yeah,
the
that's
ankle,
it.
I would say it's at the ankle.
And that
So
one
yeah,
pose, that does look like his ankle was shifted for that pose.
Yeah.
I hope.
so 2 open palms and 2 fists. Okay.
And then we've got Mr. Fantastic, which is good to see he's stretching.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
that's
I was
about
shocked on this
they
one
could
because
not
He's
they
not
couldn't
looking
hijack
good.
they could not hijack the Din Djarin face sculpt guy because
Exactly what I was thinking when I saw the stream. I'm like, why is his face so squished? And I'm not saying that because he's Mr. Fantastic. It's just that's not a good mold
I
of his
think
face.
his face looks way better than Dinjar, and that thing didn't look like him at all. When they showed an up close image of it, it looked a lot like him.
Well, I think that's the digital printing that helps sell this figure. But I think the sculpt, his cheeks,
the
he's got like this
chin.
big fat lower jawline, and it just
Look at
doesn't
this
look
chin
like.
right here.
Yeah.
You
Now,
guys aren't,
I'm sorry. Are you looking for Dan? Hello. No, sorry. I digress. I apologize.
It was another picture. Well, when I was watching the stream, or maybe it was that picture, the previous picture. I was like, that looked like him.
And it's this is an applaud to the photographer for these promo pics. Smart use, just using a plain black background, or it's photoshopped on a black background, one of the two. But it does really help highlight the texture and the print of the faces. I do have to say that because it does. I mean, I'll sit here and rip this one apart, but looking at the next picture where it's actually sitting in the stream, I mean, it's not bad at all. So the belt, boots, and gloves, Mariano. Yeah, I mean, the color breakdown on these guys, and the fact that 2 of them have like the white collars around their neck, and then 2 have the blue. Well, I guess he just has the blue, and Ben is basically orange. But I mean, you can't say that it's not quality for the movie.
Right. Obviously, this bracelet's going to play some big deal because all 4 of them have that bracelet. That must be their communicator or something.
Yeah, I think Ben didn't have one in the trailer, and Ben also had on a shirt in the trailer.
Maybe that's your 2-pack there you're talking about, T. You're going to get a shirt, a suited Ben Grimm.
But one thing I was going to say earlier that was disappointing and shocking because there was leaked images of this and they were fake. They showed him with an extending torso, and it was part of
I know what you're talking about.
Wave.
Yeah, that's the guy that did the photoshopping where he's like, "This is what we hope to see," and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, that'd be perfect." And
one thing I was looking at in those
cool.
pictures is I was like, that looks like Toy Biz hands.
And there's your money shot right there, folks. Does that make you want to buy all 4 or not? Because that's their.
But as long as they are no higher than $25.99.
I'm going to say they're going to be, or is the new average going to be 27?
Are they?
We will find out tomorrow.
Find out tomorrow, yeah.
So
then we've got.
Yeah.
This was a fantastic presentation. I am very interested in a good portion of these. Fortunately, the one set I'm not interested in will be the one set that'll be is the biggest pain in the ass to get. So,
which one? The Walmart one?
Walmart one, yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all, we got they were talking about the Silver Samurai. blatantly you can see here. So it is pretty much a
Reuse.
remold of the previous one that came out because you can see the pins right here.
Right, and just a new head sculpt, really, and
Wolverine.
maybe new shoulders.
Wolverine is interesting because he's got some remolding to it.
No, they said like he's like all new.
Well,
He's got
Especially the
single
neck.
jointed elbows, though.
Does he?
Yeah, he has single
Yes.
jointed elbows, but he has shorter, fatter arms to kind of go with the
Now,
video game.
Well,
I
to be
love his
honest
claw.
with you, every Wolverine they've made doesn't get over 90 degrees of bend in the elbow.
Oh yeah. But I mean, you've got the new boots here.
Probably without boot cut.
No, there's
I
no boot cut.
hope not.
There's no way you could do a boot cut
They
with that
did
unless
that. Oh, that pissed me off on the left.
boot is unless the leg is a socket in the boot, then they actually could put a boot cut in there. So
It
They've
is.
done that before with the
last two
X-97.
Wolverines they put out, it's like that. All of them have been like that, where it's a socket in a boot. And for whatever reason, the last two they made, they didn't make them have swivel. They gave them a square peg.
Oh, really? That's stupid.
Yeah, like the 85th anniversary, and then the what was the other one that just came out?
Astonishing, and the Wolverine versus Deadpool. Or Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, that one was the MCU one though. But the X-Men 97 did have a rotating joint. It was circular, but yeah, the 85th celebration, which was the Astonishing X-Man, did not have boot swivel. And I thought there was another one. I don't know. But it's a cool 2-pack. I would, for those that want yet another Wolverine, especially with the long ears, it's cool.
It makes
Samurai's
me
kind of
want
like
it.
a throwaway.
When they showed that, when Dwight did that pose where he crunched them all the way down and he was able to still look forward, I was like, I want it.
Now, again, this is one of the packs I do want because actually in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I use Silver Samurai a lot, and they're giving him the effects, which is I think a very cool thing, because that is one thing that these 2 packs are offering that sets it above. Because he's got the lightning effect. Again, I like the claws that Wolverine has, which I think is absolutely awesome.
The ears.
Look how smooth the torso is. He doesn't have the double ab crunch, but that ball peg is so deep. It'll let him crunch. You get the freaking throwing star, and then you also get the slash effects for Wolverine. That I love. Oh crap! Am I frozen?
No. I can hear
You guys got all you weren't it got all quiet and you weren't moving, and I come back here to see Mike's not there. I was afraid that my internet
No, at one point I actually froze, but you guys were still going.
Okay. But I love the fact we're getting the proper effects here. So we get the slashing effects and they can interlock.
Oh,
and it looks like we're getting like a little stand for it too, which is great.
Yep. Gentlemen, is this a new viewer here, Mr. Beltran?
That sounds familiar.
We had the it is?
Okay.
Oh, it's the first time I've seen you post, so welcome. Thank you for joining us.
But yeah, you actually God damn it, I want that damn cable. I still need that cable. But I love the fact though that both effects are getting little stands. So both the shuriken and the claw slash have stands. So
that's that maximum new tooling that we got. So
yeah,
you know what? I don't care. We got the stands for the effects, so that's helping the display.
Look, that's the pose. I'm like, thank you. I don't know how the neck works, whether it's a ball at the base, but there we go.
Yeah, it looks like they
like
maybe
you said, Dave,
the back of the head.
They went all out on this presentation.
They did, and this is a fantastic way of doing it. Like we were talking in our chat. I don't know if it's because Capcom has been that Jada has been releasing all the Street Fighter figures, and then also Capcom did re-release, Marvel vs. Capcom versus series last year. And so yeah, take my money. You got it. This is how you earn my business right here. I did not think you'd need 2 Silver Samurais, but we got 2 Silver Samurais in our line.
Mhm.
And then we got goddamn Psylocke. This is good. If there's any of these sets that are going to sell out, it's going to be this one, because T verified for me. She is on the Black Widow body, and that's exactly what we need. Actually, not only that, look, the thighs, the bands are sculpted onto them. Those aren't painted on there. Those are sculpted.
Yeah, this is the Warbird buck with
Mhm.
Yeah,
with
or
eyes.
Black Widow.
Well, the center, the upper torso is where it's going to be different, unless there's if you saw a line from like Widows. Yeah, it's cool. So
I only want her. I don't care about Thanos.
yeah,
But
Well,
I thought those
the
were
great
her
majority
effects
would
when they
be.
showed it.
those are her effects.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's nice that they clip on. So
Thanos is game accurate. I'll give it that.
and he's big.
It-
Can't fold him for
He's
that.
big.
That's another new mold. All this new molding.
I don't know if it's a new mold, but I mean, again, you got the snapping fingers, and again, that's all pinless. So
If anything, they were specifying that the head was new.
Okay.
but this is exactly the perfect Psylocke I've been waiting for. Period.
I don't know.
For
I'm
Marvel
still
Legends, I
partial.
mean.
I'm still partial. I would say for Marvel Legends, I'm still partial to the Mafex.
Well, okay, yes, I'll give you that. Yeah, but
If you're looking for the articulation, but if you're looking for that look and uniformity for your collection, but yeah. Mm. And this one is, I know you were saying another one you're going to be stressing about, but this one is a Target exclusive. So if you don't have the
sometimes
Target
these
app
show
and
up
you're
in
ready to go,
stores. Sometimes.
Oh wait,
sometimes.
I didn't realize they had those names on the top. Like none of
Oh
those
yeah.
are Capcom, right?
Well, no, this is
Oh,
basically because this is Marvel superheroes. This,
Yeah.
there was X-Men, Children of the Atom, and then there was Marvel superheroes. So this is basically pulling from those.
yeah. Now
Uh,
this is the slowdown point
yeah,
with this two
I
pack.
already have 2 Omega Reds. So I've got the one that came out a couple years ago, and then I also have that Wolverine pack, which is a little more accurate one. So,
And these are non-bendy wires, right? That are on
oh
the
yeah,
longer
no, yeah,
tentacles.
again, these are not new. This is just a pure
These are
repaint.
reuse.
If you do not have an Omega Red figure, get this because it is a great mold. It's a great figure. War Machine, I think that's the same
Yeah,
as the one that came out before. Is that the same as the?
that's the deluxe version, and then the retro. It's the
Yeah,
same thing, just a different paint job on it.
and you get those
Mm.
weapon effects, I think.
Yeah,
But
this should all fit in with the Jada and probably the Storm collectibles since they're going to be 1/12 scale. I mean, the only thing you're getting now that's different is that you got that big ass missile launcher versus the
mhm.
Gatling guns. You still have no blast effects for the palms, and hopefully those are the repulsor hands that have the actual articulation joint. But the way it looks right there, I don't think it is. So that's another missed opportunity. They've done it with other Iron Man. Just use the same mold.
And the fact that
So
also no unibeam, because he did use the unibeam in that game.
yeah,
Now that is
I mean,
a really neat use of those parts, but that's you, there's no way unless you're using foam, you're not gonna be able to replicate that. That's really good
yeah,
Photoshop.
it's yep. Hmm. Unless that's what he's supposed to use as unibeam was that effect there.
And
Oh,
then we got this guy. Oh, this is
okay. Help me out. What is the affinity or people that is dropping their drawers for a blue Venom? I understand it's a video
because
game.
it's not the blue Venom. It's the fact that's the Venom that was in the Walmart exclusive mold that was that had a short window, and like there were people like myself who just never got them. Like I paid for it. It said it shipped out, and then it got lost in the mail, and they never they never really re-released it. This is the mold itself has the butterfly joints, and then also has a ball socket for the torso as well as the ab crunch. So
the torso's new, the legs are old, obviously.
no. This is it's a repaint of the Walmart Venom.
Okay.
But yes,
But
the
the
Walmart
Walmart
Venom
Venom
had a
wasn't
new top torso.
Okay.
And then
Venom
Captain
was
America,
portrayed, and I think he was portrayed blue in a lot of media back then. So, or
Yes.
blue-ish.
All right. And this is the Secret Wars cap. Pretty much. I mean, I think they said the torso is a little bigger.
And you've got
he has a couple new hands.
Butterfly joint.
And a complete shield.
It's kind of funny where everyone's cheering the fact that we're getting an actual shield out of how many caps now. And they're still using that horrible plastic clip. At this point, it would be nice just to have what they've done with some MCU ones where you actually had the strap going through and just gripping it. But the effect piece for it's really cool, and I like again how the photography utilized it for throwing Venom to the ground. That's a neat little. That's a smart use. This one is this one and Hospi Psylocke I would be interested in, just because I'm a Captain America fan and I like the different variations. Now, the suit here, or at least with the cap suit, I don't know if it had the chainmail sculpted in. It looked like a little smoother, which I guess maybe is more for the video game.
Yeah, it's definitely smoother.
So I like the alternate head.
I like
that one. That's a good picture.
Oh yeah.
All of those are good pictures. I like just how dynamic that cap looks.
100%.
And it looks like he has and he has a shouting face. So
yes, which is a new sculpt. But yeah, having an eagle on there would have been really cool.
Let them borrow freedom.
There you go.
Then, and if you don't collect G.I. Joe, that's your fault.
Then we got Gargantos, or if you played the game, he was Shumagora. I guess they changed the name. I don't know the whole thing on that, but
I think it was. I think there's someone was saying it's a copyright thing from when they were trying to use him for that Doctor Strange movie.
But this, look at the size of this. And that's all bendy wire.
And posable eyeball.
Yes.
I could put him next to that.
And posable eyelid.
I can put him next to that big eyeball that from Dungeons and Dragons that T gave me.
Beholder.
Yeah. This is what I love. I love this. I'd almost buy it just to leave him sitting like that, because that was his win pose.
Boy.
I like the eyelid and the eyeball poses.
I have no idea how much this is going to be. It's going to be too much, but
it definitely ain't lower than 60. I can tell you.
But at least he's going to be superposable with all the bendy wire.
He's superposable, and he's huge. I mean that could also be like almost like a 1-to-1 scale face hugger.
Or Starro if you're a DC fan.
Yeah.
They show pictures. It does come with that little thing, that little eyeball that he throws.
I love it.
But I was hearing that he was supposed to be purple.
That was his player 2 color.
Oh.
Then fine. Okay, this is probably the one that has me the most excited, though. And I
Same.
love that they brought out the old Juggernaut mold to do the comparison, because this was a Build-A-Figure mold that they'd, we had the Build-A-Figure, then they re-released it with Colossus. And then you got this badass motherfucker.
And he's even bigger.
He's a big
Butterfly joint.
Butterfly joints and toe articulation.
Holy
Yeah.
shitballs. Holy shitballs.
It's a cool looking figure, man. I mean, what are you gonna say? I mean, he's single joints, but what are you gonna do with a guy that size?
That's
Dare
what
I
she
say
said.
dare I say that size is what I wish the Maximum Hulk would have been, but that's I don't know. Maybe that's a little too big. I don't know. It all depends on your interpretation of him. Still,
Well,
Juggernaut,
and that's
just
this thing. I mean,
awesome.
I would say this: if people were like, if you had been holding off on this Juggernaut and you were using a Marvel Select Juggernaut in its place, for example, this absolutely would be the one I would replace that with. A lot of people like that Marvel Select because it was so large. But
Exactly.
dude,
Yeah.
this has
Just like the Hulk. But I mean, the fact that you could probably utilize some of these parts. You could repaint it, and except for maybe the bottom parts. I mean, you could theoretically customize him and make him like a little suited Hulk. Because I think all those bands on the arms, I think all that is removable. Because didn't they show like the Buster for the fists comes off for the little thinger whopper?
that I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember.
Yeah, I think it was he takes off that part so you can press fit the blast effect.
All I know is this is again. If I don't get anything from this line, but this is going to be the one I get is going to be this Juggernaut. Have always loved Kane Marco as a character.
Now, looking back at that one that you just showed where he was arching back, hopefully that's not the complete range of that ball joint, which I think
Oh,
it
they
might
showed
be.
it had better range than the old figure.
Yes, and they did a lot of there because they were showing that he could do the teapot on both sides, and he had decent range there. Um, Sucks we don't have like an alternate head without the helmet on, but they did that for the last one and such. But yeah, he's definitely one that I'm wanting to get.
Did he take his helmet off in the game?
No, he did not.
No, no. I'm just saying nice to have.
Oh man, that face looks good.
But that pose, what the heck? The fact that he could get his arms in that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This
I
is
want it.
big. I
I
want
like
it.
that face too.
I want this a lot. I will overpay for this one. For the record, I will absolutely
I was
overpay.
I was thinking that earlier too. I was like, for some reason, I'm hesitant on the Hulk, but I was like, that one I would overpay.
I would probably say when I look at him like this, and feel free to chime in on this one. My priority on spending is probably going to be Juggernaut, Psylocke, Wolverine, Cap,
The green dude.
Gargantos, and then War Machine. That's how I.
So you're
That's how I look at
you're going
priority of
all
that.
in.
Oh, I'm not.
Is
I'm
that
not
your
going
plan?
all in, but I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. I guess if I had to do a top three, I would say Juggernaut would be first. Slight, very slight number two overage towards Psylocke, and then Cap would be three. I have enough Wolverines. I'm good. What about you guys in the chat? What's your order of purchase?
I'm thinking Juggernaut, the Wolverine, the Psylocke.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want I keep forgetting his name, the green monster thingy. But I don't know. I have so many oddball things like that, and I mess with them for a day. And don't mess with them
Yeah.
again.
That's the big thing. That is exactly the big thing.
There's got to be someone who's a War Machine fan here tonight. Come on.
I don't really want Omega. I don't care about Omega Red that much, and I already got a War Machine.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I'm
so
sorry,
recap.
that
Go ahead.
that looks cool. I'm just sorry, I'm just looking at all these together because you know how big the Thanos is. Because we all, I think, I've got the Marvel Legends Thanos, so I know how big that is, and it's just got Juggernaut is huge.
Yeah, so just to recap on the dates. So we have Fantastic Four coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock at most e-retailers, and it's an Amazon uh, order as well. Wolverine and Samurai, that is June 5th, which that's also an Amazon exclusive, as well as Fan Channel, whatever that means, I guess, Pulse. Psylocke and Thanos, that's June 6th, and that's a Target exclusive. So you got double whammies that day. We don't know when War Machine is because that's a Walmart exclusive, so that could be July. Some people were saying that's going to be with the next Collector Con, though we're still waiting for Crystal Ball, but I digress on that one. Captain America and Venom, June 12th. Most locations that you would pre-order him from for them. Gargantos, that's June 18th. And then Juggernaut is going to close out the month of June with June 26th at 1 p.m. So mark your calendars, get your apps ready because like Dave was saying, there's going to be some that are going to sell out super quick.
I'm very thankful that Juggernaut is not a single store exclusive.
Yes.
My crystal
And then
ball
finally,
says that crystal ball is going to show back up.
well, then Dan did end it with a teaser with a green arrow, which I have no clue what that would be from because we know Hasbro didn't get the DC license.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't
That's
tell.
lettuce
That is a
from
green arrow.
or it's a staff. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't
Any
couldn't figure out.
speculation on that from you guys?
Yes, tell us because I have no clue.
No clue at all what it could be. People were I don't know. I haven't read the fan theories yet on what it could be, but to kind of continue rolling with what we could expect, since we said that the Joe Fest is happening next week. People are getting their emails that the Rattler could be coming out here soon. For those that
I got my
got that
email.
hashtag. You got your email? Did you validate your
Didn't get
address?
mine.
I am
Because
validated.
you bought 3. So,
Who bought what?
like you were saying earlier, Dave, people once that 90-day window opened up, people were going to start shipping. So be prepared.
I just got to start. I mean, fortunately, the Rattler's prepaid for. That's probably the biggest thing. Where the
Mhm.
fuck am I going to put it? It's the question.
Yeah. Well,
They're right
especially after
there.
you get your Starro. So who knows? But yeah, what else? What else we talking about coming out? While they haven't said anything, I would say that look out for the end of summer for wave 2 of Monster Force popping in potentially. I know they were holding things off when tariffs were at their highest.
And then
For Legion's fans, mid-August is the street date for All-Star 6 if you did not buy the all-in, which I did not.
neither did
So
I, because it was before I was interested.
so oh, Dave, I don't know if you saw their Instagram post, but be on the lookout for their Intern for a Day lottery for the Four Horsemen Studio that happens the Thursday before Legion's Con. So if you want to go and get in on some of the cool stuff, throw your hat in the ring. Just means you have to ask for an extra day off to fly up a day earlier or so.
I have to figure out how to get up there first of all. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm flying or not, to be honest.
Yeah. You can always ride up with Abby.
That's actually a legit thing. If there's a North Carolina carpool, I actually would throw money down on that for the record.
Yeah. I mean, and I think one of the Purple Gang guys live down in the Kakalakis. So,
Yes.
what else? What else was some of the stuff that was said? Florence Pugh got a Hot Toys pre-order window, which is hot.
I just
She's like
didn't want
much.
to. We usually don't do 1/6. That's why, just like we usually don't do 1/18th. But I did
Yeah.
make that one exception.
Oh, what else what came up for pre-order and disappeared quickly was the reissue or new version of the Shadow from Mezco.
Oh, we did not
I know
talk
we
about
talked.
that. Yes, actually, let me go pull that one up real quick.
Go for it, because that was a interesting Wednesday to say the least. Um,
Let me go. Let me.
Spoiler
Let
alert,
me.
it's sold out.
Which, first of all, I mean, I have the shadow.
You
So,
have it at
first,
noon. You have it at 5 o'clock.
well, first of all, the thing
You
came
have,
out at $175.
yeah, and you
Um,
guys were ground about a toad for 116.
yeah,
And
and this basically is the same figure, except okay, you also now get the coin, the mock-up ring, an enameled pin,
who cares?
which uh
Yeah,
poster. Okay,
poster.
I'm honestly not seeing all that jacking up the price. $75 when the original one was like $100.
Good night, Professor. Have a good one. Yeah,
Hmm?
I was saying goodbye to Professor Soundwave, but also, yeah, I mean, even looking at all the stuff, the new soft goods all in black instead of having that red coming through. I mean, it looks great, but so did the first
Looks
one.
good. I
But
mean,
yeah,
I love my. I'm looking at my shadow. He's posed right next to my Casey Jones. Now
mhm.
this is pretty cool. The cloaked portrait,
That's a cool addition.
but
That's a new, not for $175.
it's yeah. So
Whoever
I
got
mean,
them,
again,
I hope
looks
you enjoy it.
and you're
I am
actually getting
also
less
here.
accessories. I don't think we mentioned you're actually getting less accessories than the original had.
Did
I
it
can't
did it
remember if
come
the
with
original
that
had the Tommy. I can't remember if the original had the Tommy gun. He didn't. Okay, the original didn't. I don't think the original had the Tommy gun. He did not have these suction
suction
cup
cup?
hands or the grappling hook or this
Did he have
crystal
the
ball.
little hand thingy?
Yes, he had that. Yes, he did have that. He also had a yeah, he also had a pendulum, like the scales of justice. No, not pendulum. He had like the little scales of justice that he carried. He also had
I have a phone.
like a telephone computer thing.
Okay.
Uh, did not have this smoke effect, but oh my god, I mean that smoke effect is cheap. That's probably the worst Mezco accessory they have. It's
It looks like something that was molded at the same time the Super 7 Thundercat mount
Oh,
sides.
they've used
Right.
this thing for a lot of things. It comes with all the ninjas. It came with all the Skullbur grenades and Gomez's, and it came with Doctor Nocturnal.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I mean, like I said, those who got it, it's cool. I just I wasn't gonna
I would say
drop
that if
that.
you didn't get the first one and you didn't want to pay secondary price markets, that's where this is for. So
Yeah. I mean, this price right now is what BBTS has the Indiana Jones Mezco figure at. So, I mean, I'd rather get that one than this, but still a lot right now, considering we have all this other stuff coming through potentially. So, because remember, They said July 1st was going to be those Cobra Snake armors, and knowing Hasbro, I would say potentially seeing him 3 weeks early, which would
Okay.
be
Just
2
gonna
weeks from
show up
now.
at my house and be like, "Fuck." So
Mm-hmm.
I am excited for that snake armor, though. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I am excited for it.
Where's the pistol go on that one? Is it on the side, back? Where's his pistol holster, T?
Oh, it's on his butt
It's
back
on his
here.
back. Okay. That's cool. Oh, he has a flashlight too. Look at that.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Oh
It's not
man.
removable, but it's
Oh,
there.
it's not?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's actually
see, that
painted.
sucks. Okay. At
And he
least
doesn't
it's
have any storage on the backpack this time. So
Mm.
that's less interesting. I like
yeah,
that he
rock
has
and
the
roll.
backpack, but he has 2 rifles and no place to hold them. This
Yeah.
Well,
one
the
is
idea is
weird. The silencer looks like it's painted because it has a black peg
Hmm.
suppressor.
What's this? Do we have an image of Silverbolt, or that's old, right? Didn't we already talk?
that's Silverbolt. We've
See that
looked at
before?
images of that Silverbolt. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
remember the thing. I can't. I'm actually not a fan of it because it's like you know, he drops half of his
Oh,
jet to transform into
do
a
they
robot.
mean that's going to show up out of nowhere? Because I was supposed to get that like 2 months ago.
I don't know. All I know is like all the retro stuff moved up, what, 3.5 weeks? Because I think originally all these retro waves was supposed to be like July 2nd, and then it moved to the 21st of June. Then it moved to I'll get my 2 Vipers Sunday. Retro came in, let's say Thursday, Wednesday,
Oh, you know what?
Tuesday came in.
I think my Silverbolt, they gave me a new date of like November or something like that,
Yeah. So
if I'm not mistaken.
what are you guys waiting on in the chat? What's your next pre-order coming in? So, and are you all in on these new reveals? So, I'm just curious.
You're about to get this guy, or all of this guy, I should say.
Who knows, Mariana, when they're going to reveal the last 2 aerial bots? They haven't had. When was their last fan stream for Transformers?
Oh, they might
Isn't that
make
like?
us wait till Comic Con.
That's what I was going to say too. They could be showing some, which I'm surprised they're doing. Well, I guess not, since it is Joe June. They would do a stream, and then they're going to show more of the more stuff at the Comic Con booth. So, but
Well, and that's the big thing. A lot of toy news is slowing down until Comic-Con, so we got to keep our nose to the ground, scour through the various Facebook groups, and we will try to find what we can find. But
mhm.
we are hitting that 90-minute mark, guys. So, anything anyone wants to mention before we sign out for the night? Because it is almost 10:30.
Everybody should be great at it. And
Yeah.
Only rubes are.
I'm going to have a video unboxing these things
Ooh,
that are
UFC.
available at Walmart.
Sweet. Let's see. We got 2 weeks until the Maryland Toy Expo pops up here in our little town of Timonium. Um, that's gonna be another Four Horsemen
Oh wait,
store
it's
event.
2 weeks.
So it's on the 14th. So
Mike, if you
that
can get me
means
a
legendary
barbarian,
barbarians. I already
I'll pay you
know.
money.
I
I'll pay
already
you.
know. So
That's my bill.
what's that?
So that's my bill week.
Yeah. So yeah, good friends Len and Jesse from Wolf King Customs and Toys will be there. So lots of cool customizing options too for you, Dave. So we will
I'm
see.
gonna be down here because I don't get I
I
get
know.
time off and then they rescind my time off. Remember?
No, I'm just saying if I had to send pictures or such, I will do so if you so desire.
As always, Mike. PayPal will be ready.
You
Oh,
got to do like Elmo said. Like, you just gotta be good. You're gonna be good. Because I put my time in. 3 weeks in a
I don't live in Timonium, but I live very close to Timonium Grizzle, so without doxing myself much more than I already just did. So, but
Yeah,
it's
Timonium,
cool having.
Maryland is like 2 seconds from us.
Thanks, T. Thanks. Fans Days this weekend in Dallas for those who are going to be there. That's very cool, Mariana. Are you going, and are you going to be doing anything? Grizzlehorn here in Sparks.
Yeah, that's
It's
where
gonna
all
be
our packages go through Sparks and comes here.
and it's going to be a big get together for East Coast collectors on the 14th as well. So I know Unboxing Art, friend of the channel, is going to be popping up. Maybe Art G will be down from up north. Joe A Collects, I know he's coming down. So yeah, it should be a good day. Hopefully weather holds out now that we're finally getting out of the hopefully the rainy little bit. So and Grizzlehorn, I will definitely shake your hand at the expo, man. Be cool.
Coolness.
So
I will fist
Well-
pump you.
And that will be in 2 weeks, guys. So don't worry. We'll still be talking about it next week, and we'll probably talk about the week after that too. So, but these are things to get excited for. Everyone here, please hit that like button if you had not already. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Please tell your friends about us. For those of you on the replay squad, we thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week. And as always, until next time, take care. Peace.
bye bye.